Marilyn's cousin by marriage, and apparently Cam's cousin by marriage. um, and Marilyn knows that I do this energy work with a, she doesn't know too much about it, but I'll just give you a little bit of a snippet. It's a very, very small nonprofit called Capacitar International. And these incredible women, not me, I just have learned how to do it, but these women that started it, they go to places around the world that are experiencing incredible trauma and help them heal by using body wisdom. They People in Rwanda and Nicaragua and in the Philippines, they don't have therapists or drugs to help depression or anxiety or trauma. And so over the last 30 years, they've been doing this, going to all these various places when someone asked them to come. They've been in Haiti, they went to Japan after Fukushima. They just do the incredible work on a shoestring budget. I happen to be on the board of it. I learned how to do the practices and then they asked me to be on the board. I don't travel to any of those places. And of course, nobody travels to those places now. But I'm a retired elementary school teacher and principal. And so as I was learning how to do it, I incorporated it with the things I did with children and staff and even parents. And they're just calming strategies and releasing anxiety and trauma. Um, if it's kind of woo woo to you, then just suspend your disbelief. Marilyn has taught us how to breathe properly. You'll recognize some of this stuff as breathing because breathing really is the key to releasing anxiety and trauma. And this group uses a form of Tai Chi from that's called Tai Chi Chih. It's very simple. Cam said, "Oh, Tai Chi is complicated." It's very simple. And if you are somebody who does Tai Chi, you can do your own form of it. But as they've gone around the world to teach this to people, they have to do the simplest things and they have to work. Otherwise, people wouldn't keep calling them to come back. And what they would do is go into a community and teach the leaders, the community leaders, how to do these things. And then those community leaders teach the other people. So it's popular education kind of thing. So we always start with a Tai Chi movement. It lasts about 15 minutes. If it works, I'll have the music on for you. And if you're not familiar with Tai Chi, the question is, why would you do Tai Chi? Because Tai Chi builds stamina and strength. And when you've experienced trauma, that strength and stamina gets completely lost. Tai Chi also releases stress, it rebalances your energy, and it just helps you feel better all over. So we're going to do a sequence of movements, about 5 or 6 different movements, but you can do any one of these movements any one time. If you think, oh my gosh, I really got to get rid of this anxiety I'm feeling, you can just stand in the corner and do this movement. So first we'll do the Tai Chi thing, and then depending on our time, Marilyn said tapping, but I think tapping's a little woo-woo for everybody. But I would like to go over those points that are anxiety points because we talked about that once before, and most of us are feeling a lot of anxiety. So I'll just go with acupressure points that those are at. So for Tai Chi, you're going to stand up. Unless you can't stand up, if you want to do it sitting, you can, but you're just going to need, like with Marilyn, room to move your torso. And I'm going to turn on the music. Hopefully it's all going to work. And generally the problem with the music is that it's too loud. So tell me if it's too loud. And I want you to be able to hear my voice over it. Are we okay? Can you hear the music? You can hear my voice. Okay, so the first thing we do is, I call it kind of the helicopter movement, and you're just going to stand with your feet shoulder width apart, and you're just going to sway back and forth and let your hands hit your back each time. The Tai Chi that Capacitar uses is a combination of inner image, so using your imagination, and gentle movement. And that helps balance the meridians. The meridians, of course, are channels of energy that run through our bodies. We in Western The Western world don't pay too much attention to that, but they're very important. And people on the eastern half of the globe, they are much more familiar with them. Imagine that your feet are like long roots, and they're just going into the earth and keeping you strong and steady. And remember how Marilyn taught us to breathe. You're going to breathe in the energy of the earth. And as you breathe out, you're going to breathe out stress, worry, trauma, negative body feelings. Breathe in the power and strength of the healing strength of the earth, and breathe out worries, anxiety. Okay, slow it down. Come back to center. We're going to pause for a second. Put your hands below your navel in the dantian. It's that deep center place that you find yourself. We're not so much looking at the brow point now. We are really going deep inside your body. Close your eyes if appropriate. Some people who've experienced trauma cannot close their eyes because it triggers it. But most of us hopefully can. And breathe in and rest for a moment in that quiet, spacious space deep within yourself. Keep breathing because that will help you connect to your center. Breathe in and breathe out. Now, without losing that connection to your center, we're going to rock. So we're going to bring our hands up and down, and our feet are going to go on our toes and back to our heels. So we're just going rocking up and down, breathing, remembering your feet are like long roots. You might start to feel some tingly feelings in your hands and your fingers. That's your meridians balancing. Folks in China who do this say if you do this movement once a day, you'll live to be 100 if you wanted to. We're not sure we want to. Okay. From this one, settle your hands down, and we're going to act like a bird. We're going to bring our hands together and up like we're flying. We're going to do that 3 times. We're opening the body to healing, raising our hands up, and then we're going to do 3 gentle wrist rolls. And we're going to do that one more time. So you can bend your knees down as you're flying or flapping. 3 times. And then the 3rd time, we're gonna wrist rolls. Wrist rolls and ankle movements are really good for clearing energy. It gets stuck in your wrists and in your ankles. Okay, next one we're gonna do a bunch of things, and we're gonna always start on our left, and then we're gonna do the same thing on our right. So you're gonna put your left foot forward and keep your spine straight. And what we're going to do is a circle of light. So we're giving and receiving. We're going to hold our hands palm down, and we're going from left to right in a circle. When you're doing this, you want to think that you are filling yourself with good energy, filling yourself up so that you can give to others. You should start to feel your fingers tingling a little bit. One more time, and back to center. Now we're going to do it on the right side, and we're going to go from right to left now. And when you go from right to left, we're thinking about people other than ourselves. So we're thinking about our community here that we're practicing Tai Chi with. We are thinking about our friends and our family. We're thinking about giving and receiving and imagining filling the human family with light and peace. Giving gentle relief from anxiety. and giving healing to the greater world. One more time, and then we come back to center. The next movement we're going to do is the shower of the light, a shower of light. And the way we do it with left foot forward, you bring your hands up above your head like you're taking a shower, and you are gently pulling that energy from the heaven down to cover you. You're having a shower of light, of healing energy. You're opening yourself to let pains and traumas of the past go, and you're bringing in healing, presence, and power from the environment. And we're concentrating, we're on the left side, so we're concentrating on ourselves. Okay, now we're going to switch to the right side, and we're going to do the same movement with our right foot forward, but we're going to be thinking about blessing and renewing the larger world. We're bringing healing and blessing and strong, clear energy to our families, to our friends, to those of us who are practicing Tai Chi together. And then definitely we're bringing peace to places of violence in the world. As we heal ourselves, we also heal the world. Every bit of energy that we generate goes out into the world, whether it's positive or negative. So we want to bring positive energy from us to all those around us. One more time, and back to center. Now we're going to think about how wise we are. We're going to do something called the wise being. With your left foot forward, your palms are going to face each other, and they circle in front of your face, like that. And you keep rocking back and forth. And just go into your heart and remember who you really are. There's no one else like you. You're special, you're unique. Honor your gifts and the wisdom that you have and that you've shared with the world. Honor your challenges. Honor the things that you don't like about yourself, because that's what gives us so much wisdom. And now, when you reach your hands around, embrace yourself and just hold yourself. Hold yourself and honor your body, mind, spirit. Accept who you are. Accept your joys. Accept your challenges. Breathe deeply. And now release that little self-embrace. And we're going to do it on the left side, the right side. I was going to mix it up. We are going to look around to see all of us who are practicing Tai Chi with us today. And as we look at each other, we're giving each other strength. We're giving each other power for the challenges that lie ahead. And we're honoring the wisdom that is in this group. So think about it, imagine it, and then back to center. We're going to do the offering. This one, we are bringing up energy from the earth and sharing it. So on the left side, we're going to bring energy up to where your third eye is and back down. We're going to do that 3 times. We're getting rid of the energies that no longer serve us, the thought patterns, the anger, the lack of creativity. We're clearing at the level of the third eye, and then we are turning our hands out and shining that light to share with the world. So then 3 times sharing all of that world energy that you have opened up in yourself out to the world. And feel your strength shining forward. Now let's try it on the right. And this is a little tougher, but we are going to clear the negativity of the human family. Let's clear the racism, the homophobia, the sexism, the violence. It doesn't serve us. Let's clear it from the human family, and then let's shine positive light out into the human family, coming from us, coming from our group. One more time. And back to center. This next one is called letting go. I use it all the time. Put your left foot forward, put your hands kind of at the level of your chest, and you push out the negative feelings and you bring in peace and love. And so there's a meditation one can do with it, but I used to do this with the children before they came back into the classroom. We'd say, push the noisies out, bring the learning in. And we do it over and over again, and sure enough, they calmed down. And when we went into the classroom, it would be much quieter and calmer. For us, we want to get rid of those things that are bothering us, those traumas, those failures we thought we had. Let them go and bring in peace, joy, positive energy, and healing power. If you feel like you can't get rid of something, it's really bothering you, you can just do this one. It's a great one. Okay, then come back to center. We'll try it on the right side. Same thing, but now from our healing hearts, we are really able to love those around us, our family, our friends, those who need us in the moment, those people who are plagued by the coronavirus and are dying. Let's push out the fear and sadness and bring in healing, love, and light. And let's push out the wounds to our environment, to our earth, and let our earth begin to heal itself. One more time, and we'll come back to center. Okay, now we're going to just look at our hands. Take a look at those hands. This is your life. They've been with you quite a while, your whole life. Just while you look at your life, open your heart, and through your heart, ask for what you need. Ask boldly, specifically. You might really want something to happen on Tuesday. Ask for that. Send energy to what it is you need. Be open to surprises your life may give them to you, and then circle with your hands up, giving and receiving. Your hands up, we're going left to right. Left to right. And knowing that we are bringing peace and joy, and we are receiving light, healing, and joy. Back to center, and when we do it on the right, we are sending loving compassion to those of us who are working together with Tai Chi. And we're also sending it out to the global family. We are sending love and compassion and healing light around the universe. One more time. Back to center. Okay, if you're still with me, we're gonna fly for a couple of minutes. So we've done some of this with Marilyn. Start on your left, with your left foot forward, left hand forward, and you're going to fly. This is one of the best moves for depression and trauma. So you are just gonna imagine that all your burdens are falling off your shoulders. You feel free, you feel light and joyful, and you're sending wisdom to all of the endeavors, all of the things that you're gonna be doing. Back to center, and we're gonna switch to flying on the right. And when you fly on the right, I'd say to children at school, look down, what do you see down there? Einstein told us that we can't solve the problem at the level of the problem, so we have to really get above it. And what we are doing is flying for the human community and family. we're looking at our problems from a global perspective. We are bringing a sense of peace and wisdom to our world. One more time, back to center. Keep your feet next to each other, and we're just going to have passing clouds. So our hands are going to move in front of our faces, and we just want to see all of life just passing by us. Sometimes when things seem really dark, you have to remind yourself that this too will pass and let it go. The famous frozen line, let it go, let the clouds pass, and all the good and the challenges of life, we're going to see them all. We'll see more, and we will be able to believe that the good energy will shower on us. One more time, and back to center. Well, we're almost done with this part. So we're just going to bring our hands to the heavens and fill ourselves. Does this look like something we've done with Marilyn? Fill ourselves with joy and love. Bring your hands down. Do it one more time where we're up above our chakra, our head chakra, and we're bringing down all the joy and peace of the heavens. And now we are going to share it with everyone who's here, because we can't keep all that good stuff for ourselves. So we're going to share it out. And then we finish by the beautiful greeting, Namaste. The spirit in me honors the spirit in you. Turn my music off. I don't have one of those little doodads. And then I want you to know that, have a seat for a second. I want you to know that you can do any one of those movements anytime. I particularly like the flying movement when I feel like I'm just really down. Another one that Marilyn has done with us for sadness and depression, they call it dry crying. She's had us do this one. If you do this, if you're feeling depressed and anxious, it really opens up your chest, and it also gets your energy moving. And when you're doing that, you want to think, you want to imagine the hurt leaving and imagine the grace and light coming back into you. That just like you can do push-pull anytime. And I'll have Marilyn send us a link where you can see the people who are really good at this doing it, because I usually do it on YouTube with my friend Pat King. Anyway, you did great from what I could see. How do you guys feel? Feel pretty good? I hope you feel calm. We just have 5 minutes left, and so I really think it would be well spent if we talked about some pressure points that are for anxiety. I forget who was telling me about it, but I'm sure that everybody's feeling a lot of, oh, hi, Colleen. I'm sure that everybody's feeling a lot of anxiety right now. So we all know the breath work that Marilyn has taught us, that if you're feeling really anxious, when you breathe in, hold it. Say you hold it to 5. Well, then exhale to 10 and repeat that sequence. So you double the exhale when you're using that form of breathing to really calm yourself down and get past feeling very anxious. This spot right under the nose, right there, is a crisis point. That's if you have a panic attack, or you think you're having a panic attack, or someone else does, that's the spot you can hold, and it will calm you down. I have a few people I know that do panic attacks quite well. They're walking around like this most of the time these days. There is this crease in your wrist. If you go a couple fingers below that bone, you'll find a little indentation. And that Just feel around till you find an indentation, and that is also an anxiety point. So you're just driving around and feeling uncomfortable, just go ahead and push that button and breathe. It does work better than Xanax, they tell me. That's the wrist crease. And then there's a head hold. And if you have children or people around you, you might want to try the head hold on. Head hold, you can do it on yourself. One hand behind your head, one on your forehead, and just hold there and breathe. You are sending energy from the back part of your brain up to your cognitive brain. Just, when you get anxious, it's hard for the cognitive brain to process. And so you need to calm yourself down. You can do it with breathing. You can do it with these acupressure points. You can do it like this, especially if you're lying in bed. I wouldn't suggest doing it in a meeting. People might worry about you. I've used this with children all the time. You can even do it by not actually touching them. So if you're working with other people and you don't want to touch them, you can just hold your hand close to that. And also the sides of your head. That's another one to do. So you can also stand up and fly, like I showed you. We could do the dry crying, and you can do that push-pull movement. Push-pull movement. And then there's this really amazing thing called finger holds. I might have mentioned it once before. And it takes about 5 minutes, but all you have to do, see, every channel of energy leaves through your fingers, comes in on the left, goes out on the right, and comes through your fingers. And you know how babies will suck their thumbs? And we always thought that was an oral thing. Well, it's really an energy thing. So if you hold your thumb, it helps when you're sad. It helps release that energy that's clogged there that makes you sad. It's not going to change the situation. You're not all of a sudden going to win the lottery, but you will feel better about it, and you will be able to think, because it changes your sadness to energy, to being able to move and think about what to do. Each finger has a particular emotion to it. What do you think this one is? Yeah, anger. Around the world, if you're feeling angry, when you're driving, grab that finger, and that will just help you calm down. I generally do the finger holds, each one of them, probably 5 times a day. It's great for when you're in a meeting and you're bored and you're not paying attention too much. You don't have to think about it. It still moves your energy. We have a whole lot of meditations and music that you can do with it, but we don't have time to do it now, and it's very wonderful to do by yourself. So this one is self-esteem and sadness. This one is worry. No, this one's anxiety. This one's worry, where you have your wedding ring. Baby finger is self-esteem. Nobody likes me. Can you be my friend? That finger. And of course, this one's anger. So there's a whole, it's an ancient Japanese acupressure thing, and it definitely works. So I would encourage you to use that finger holds, and I'll have Marilyn send you a link where you can see that being done also. Okay, we did it. 11:31. Any questions?
That was great. Thank you. You are good. Don't ever say, "Oh, I'm not that good at this." This is great. You should do it yourself.
I do it twice a week with a bunch of other people from Capacitar, and that's gotten me more comfortable. It's just that I'm so comfortable with children. I am not comfortable with adults. Adults, they listen to you, or at least they pretend to. Kids don't, nobody's, what did she say? Anyway, so I'm getting better at it, but I'm glad to see you all.
I have a question for you. When you hold your finger, do you do it on your right hand?
Either hand.
Either hand, okay.
Either hand, yeah. And for adults, it really does, until you get it all cleared, it takes about 5 minutes per finger, but now it takes like 30 seconds for me. And you'll start to feel pulsing, like you'll think your heart is beating. Oh, I can feel my heart beating. That's the energy clearing. And even if you don't feel it, it's still starting to clear. But when you've been doing it a long time, you'll start to feel that thumping, that pulsing in your fingers.
Okay.
We'll send you stuff on it.
Yep.
Okay.
I want to see those pressure points. I want to be reminded. That was awesome, Sheila.
Okay, yeah, I'll send you the pressure point thing too. Yeah, that's a good one.
Body intelligence is extraordinary.
I know.
Just this stuff. So
I know. Well, I had a pretty stressful job as an elementary school principal, and I found that this really helped me get through a lot of stuff so that I could handle the children and they could. And then I taught teachers some things, and pretty soon I'd see everybody's hands were under the table because I knew that they were doing finger holds under the table while we were having a nasty IEP, you know. So it does work. It helps. So thank you for being open to it. And Marilyn, what you've taught us goes right along with it, and it's fabulous. We love it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Have a
Thank
good one. And everybody, Tuesday.
Yes.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Carrie.
Thank you.
You're welcome.